Hey, my name's Leslie Chapa. I'm a senior at the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley, the very bottom tip of Texas. And I just finished my second summer with Southwestern Advantage. Um, the way I learned about Southwestern was through a friend that had contacted me that I went to high school with. We hadn't spoken for a couple years, and then one day she calls me and says, "Hey, do you want to hear about the school internship?" I had been seeing her travel a lot on her social media, so I said, "Yeah, sure, I'll check it out." I was open-minded to checking it out, and then I went to an information meeting. It all sounded really cool. The money, the travel, the experience. Mostly what appealed to me the most was the experience, because just up until that point in my life, I was 21, and the most experience I had had was working like in fast food, lifeguarding, retail, basic, high school, college jobs, just really basic stuff. And I had really big goals, and I had no idea how I was going to get there. Um, and then mostly, what concerned me about the job was the fact that it was out of state, and I would be living out of state for 3 months, because that would have been the first time that I ever actually left the state, not for a vacation, but like actually relocating. And obviously that was a concern to my parents. So, my parents asked me all these questions, and obviously I went to the people that would know about this. And so I went to the people that did my info session and my interviews, and I asked them all the questions that I was concerned about. I asked them all the safety concerns, because obviously going door to door in a different state sounds scary, especially to a girl that's never really left the valley, which is where I live, and the valley is a very small place. And so the way I got past those was, one, it was a 160-year-old company, and thousands of people do this every single summer. And two, I saw the confidence in the girl that had called me. I knew her in high school, and then seeing like a brand new version of her, I just wanted that in myself, and I trusted her, and I saw that she grew a lot just from doing 2 summers up until that point. And so watching her, I just trusted it. And my parents, I gave them all the details about everything, and they told me all the details, and the fact that they were very open about all the details, that makes me feel more assured about it. Because at the end of the day, going out of state is getting out of your comfort zone, and I was already more than open to getting out of my comfort zone, because I personally knew that that was the only way that I was going to grow. Because if I stayed where I felt safe, nothing would really happen. And then what was most challenging to me about the summer, my first summer, was the rejection. Just because up until that point in my life, I had never really been used to hearing no in a calm way. I'm an only child. I was always used to, getting things my way. And if things didn't go my way, obviously I would get upset, and I would call mom and dad and be like, "What do I do?" And so when I went to the summer and you heard no like numerous times, and over a period of time, I would get upset, and eventually, I was coached and trained really well to learn that I can't control people, and I can't control what they say, but I can control the version of me that they're meeting. And once I came across that mindset, everything switched. I started working more on myself and how I treated people. I started working more on having a positive attitude, on my self-talk, and just, making sure that the version of me that every single mom met was the best version. And no matter what, I would say, I just always made sure to treat people well. And as long as you, like life lesson, as long as you treat people well, they're going to treat you well back. And as long as you're calm and you always just try and be nice and just be caring, people are going to be that way back to you. And I probably would have learned that eventually, but I learned it in Southwestern, and I got to practice it over and over and over and over and over until it stuck. So that was something very rewarding. And obviously the peer group is huge. It's a huge reason that, I think brings people back, just because you are who you surround yourself with. And these people they have really big goals just like I do. And they just, they have really big goals just like I do. And everybody comes from different backgrounds, and everybody has different life experiences, and everybody's always willing to help you reach your goals, just like I'm willing to help others. And I don't think there's anywhere else that you can have 2,000 people, or I don't even know the number now, but 2,000 people from different backgrounds, you know, always willing and open-minded to helping you. All you have to do is ask. So definitely the peer group is so rewarding. And any advice for people that are considering Southwestern, or you're in the interview process and you're not really sure, you're kind of scared. You know, we're all scared. I would just say, you know, be open-minded to it. And if you have really big goals in life, as far as you don't know how you're going to get there, but you know that you're going to get there somehow, I think Southwestern's definitely a huge stepping stone to getting there. And I would just say ask all the questions that you would want to know. And if the only thing that's scaring you is the fact that it's, you know, out of state or it's door to door, just the fact that it's a 160-year-old company, it gave me like a peace of mind knowing like it wasn't just like, you know, fresh off the platter or whatever, that it was, you know, it was really old. So people have done it, people have come out of it, and people have succeeded because of it, because of the principles that they learned here. So, I mean, if you're hesitant, you know, it's totally normal. I learned about it when I was 21, but I had already, you know, gotten out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I had moved out of my parents' house when I was 18. So I was already kind of used to leaving home in a way, and I just, if you have that drive and if you have that fear and you like to chase after that fear, not chase after the fear, but chase after what scares you, then you know that there's a reward on the other side. So if, you know, things scare you, it's fine. I would just say, you know, talk to whoever is interviewing you or whoever infoed you, or and, you know, Southwestern's not the only thing that can help you succeed in life, but it's definitely a great one that can squeeze, you know, 7 years of experience into just 3 months. And you can definitely have that advantage over a lot of your other peers in college. And, you know, you'll definitely have a ton of experience over all those other people, and it just gives you that competitive edge. And I would just say trust your gut and just go after it. You know, if it doesn't scare you, then it's not challenging you. Have a good one.